In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Beneficent, now with the main headlines. Pakistan's election results indicate tight race as nation anxiously awaits winner. At least 5 have been killed in India over protests of demolition of mosques. The UN allocates $3.8 million to forcibly repatriated Afghan migrants from Pakistan. And the global temperature exceeds 1.5 degrees warming limit over 12-month period. Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, this is Aruj Fatima Malik and you're watching Shia Waves live from London only on Imam Hussein TV 3. Pakistan's election early results show PTI-affiliated candidates taking a narrow lead followed by PMLN and PPP contenders. Independent candidates, the vast majority of whom are affiliated with the PTI, maintain their lead, winning 60 constituencies. Mobile services were suspended on the day of election and the terrorist attacks on the day before continued to claim lives of civilians and security personnel. 2 separate blasts rocked Balochistan's Pishan and Qilla Saifullah areas, killing at least 26 people and injuring more than 45 others. In an official statement, members of the UN Security Council on Thursday strongly condemned the heinous and cowardly terrorist attacks on the eve of Pakistan's general elections. In India, at least 5 people have been killed and dozens others injured during a protest sparked by the demolition of a mosque and a religious school in India, the latest in a spate of demolitions targeting Muslim structures. Authorities in Hindwana town in the northern state of Uttarakhand bulldozed the buildings on Thursday, saying they had been built without permission. Police said Muslims torched vehicles and threw stones at them in the protests and followed, prompting them to fire live ammunition and tear gas in response. According to local authorities, the protest was linked to a government drive to demolish a property that is neither registered as religious site nor has it been given any such recognition. But residents said that the mosque and the school in Hindwana's Bahanpur area were nearly 2 decades old and had been unfairly targeted. Authorities in Haldwani have given shoot-on-sight orders, imposed a curfew, suspended internet services, closed schools and banned large gatherings. The United Nations Central Emergency Response Fund, CERF, has announced that it has allocated $3.8 million to assist involuntary returnees from Pakistan. The World Food Programme stated in a press release on Thursday that this money will be used for cash assistance to expelled Afghan migrants. The UN organisation says it plans to provide cash assistance to nearly 33,000 families or more than 230,000 individuals, including persons with disabilities who have been forced to return to Afghanistan. According to OCHA, these aids are a lifeline for thousands of Afghan returnees from Pakistan amid the peak of food insecurity. These reports indicate that since the start of the expulsion process, more than 500,000 Afghan migrants have been repatriated. Now let us remind our respected viewers of today's headlines. Pakistan election results indicate tight race as nation anxiously awaits winner. India, at least 5 killed in protests over demolition of mosque. UN allocates $3.8 million to forcibly repatriated Afghan migrants from Pakistan. Also tonight, at least 13 Sudanese asylum seekers drown after boat capsizes off Tunisia. For the first time on record, global warming has exceeded temperatures of 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit, over a 12-month period. European climate monitors have said in what scientists called a warning to humanity. The European Union's Climate Change Service reported the run of exceptional heat on Thursday, measuring temperatures between February 2023 to January 2024 to record the highest 12-month global temperature average on record. Storms, drought and fires lash the planet as climate change, as well as the El Niño weather phenomenon that warms the surface waters in the eastern Pacific Ocean, made 2023 the planet's hottest year in global records going back to 1850. And now we continue with some short news. The Honourable House of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Qom, Iran, celebrated on 27th of Rajab the blessed Al-Mabath an-Nabawi, the start of the Holy Prophet's Islamic mission, amid an atmosphere of joy and happiness. The celebration was attended by scholars, preachers, dignitaries and students of the Honourable House from Iran and other countries. They expressed their happiness and joy over this blessed event. In Uganda, the UK-based Who's Hussein charitable organisation has launched a humanitarian campaign to assist disadvantaged children at an orphanage in the African country. The global charity said in a statement on its official Facebook account that our team from Uganda recently donated essential food, drink and stationery items to 60 boys and girls at the SISU orphanage. It also added that the team was also given the chance to deliver a short lecture on the life of Hussein ibn Ali, which was translated in the local language for the children. Thousands of children have been displaced in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo due to escalating violence between the Congolese army and M23 rebels. Save the Children reported that around 78,000 children have fled their homes in the past week, with at least 150,000 people displaced overall. The humanitarian group emphasised the urgent need to protect these innocent lives and called for accountability for crimes against children. According to news reports, the clashes have led to the reports of separated children and widespread destruction. A total solar eclipse will occur in North America, with the moon perfectly aligned with the Earth and the Sun on April the 8th this year. In this spectacular natural phenomenon, the moon will be exceptionally close to the Earth, only 360,000 kilometres away, making it appear larger in the sky. 15 US states will witness the eclipse. Some cities will be in darkness for over 4 minutes, while others further away will only see a partial eclipse. Ilham Aliyev was re-elected Azerbaijan's president on Wednesday with over 92% of the vote, according to the preliminary results. The Central Election Commission announced the preliminary results of the presidential election, saying Aliyev got 92.1% of the vote from 54.47% of ballots counted. About 6.5 million people were eligible to vote, including those abroad. And at least 13 Sudanese asylum seekers have died after the boat capsized off the coast of Tunisia, with 27 people still missing, a Tunisian judicial official said on Thursday. The boat was carrying 42 people, all of them Sudanese, and 2 people were rescued. More than 1.5 million people have fled across Sudan's borders to the Central African Republic, Chad, Egypt, Ethiopia, and South Sudan in the wake of devastating battles over the power between the Sudanese armed forces and the RSF. Tunisia and Libya are the main departure points for thousands of people fleeing conflict and poverty from other parts of Africa and the Middle East, who risk their lives to reach Europe. We have now reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our viewers of today's headlines. Pakistan's election results indicate tight race as nation anxiously awaits winner. In India, at least 5 have been killed in protest over demolition of mosque. The UN has allocated $3.8 million to forcibly repatriated Afghan migrants from Pakistan. The global temperature unprecedentedly exceeds 1.5 degrees warming limit over a 12-month period. And finally, at least 13 Sudanese asylum seekers have drowned after boat capsizes off Tunisia. You can view the latest news on Shia Waves' website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Please contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. This is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. We pray to Allah Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum.
So you're the first person that I've ever met that used the equations in your early GCSE and A-level whatever life, and you've actually used it in life.
So I walked out of that day going aerospace engineering.
Really?
Show you my favourite corner of the airfield. Plane taking off, another one lining up to take off.